Hello everyone, X-Wallkill Bethelite here. And I have a question. If you're a Jehovah's Witness, or if your family is Jehovah's Witnesses or affiliated with that, why are you attending the memorial? That's the question for us to answer. Invitations are given out by Jehovah's Witnesses to the memorial. This is an event where most Christians are fully aware of the Lord's evening meal, where Jesus passes the wine, has everyone drink from that cup, then passes the bread and has everyone eat a piece of that bread, the wine symbolizing Christ's blood, the bread symbolizing Christ's body. This is a very well-known event among Christians. However, the difference and the reason why I'm asking you, why are you attending the Jehovah's Witness memorial? The Jehovah's Witness version of this event is because, and pretty much 99.9% of all Christianity, everyone is welcome to participate. Everyone is welcome to partake of the wine or grape juice or whatever it is that they have. You are going to an event you are invited to take part in. With Jehovah's Witnesses, you're not invited. The large majority of the people who are getting invitations to the Lord's evening meal are not allowed to partake in the meal. So again, why are we or you, why are you going to the Jehovah's Witness memorial when you can go to any other and participate? But the Jehovah's Witnesses are stating, this is in their doctrine, is that when Jesus said, "Do this in remembrance of me," partaking of the wine, partaking of the bread, that he wasn't talking to you. This is what Jehovah's Witnesses are saying. He wasn't talking to you. He was only talking to 144,000 people. No one knows in specific who the 144,000 are, but Jehovah's Witnesses, their doctrine state he's only talking to 144,000 people who are unidentified. We know it's a number, an unidentified number. An unidentified group of people. We just know there's 144,000 of them. Well, only the 144,000, according to Jehovah's Witnesses, are being told to commemorate Christ by partaking of the bread and of the wine. So if you are having a dinner or a meal or a ceremony, you would want the people to participate in that meal. If they're not invited, if you don't want them participating in that meal, they wouldn't come to the meal. If, according to Jehovah's Witnesses, Jesus was not speaking to you when he said, "Do this in remembrance of me," when he instituted the Lord's evening meal, he was not speaking to you. He was speaking to someone else. Why are you going if you're not invited? If Jesus didn't invite you, why are you going? Jehovah's Witnesses make this big deal about people who, according to them, were never invited to the memorial. They were never invited by Christ to the Lord's evening meal. They're not supposed to eat or drink because they're not invited. But they make such a big deal about you going to an event Jesus didn't invite you to. Now, this is not Marcus saying you're not invited. This is Jehovah's Witnesses saying you're not invited. Jesus wasn't talking to you. You're not supposed to partake of the bread and the wine unless you think you're of the 144,000. Again, they have no way of determining who is and who is not. If a person thinks they are, they don't really have a way of testing this. So this makes very little sense. Most of Jehovah's Witness teachings make very little sense. But this one at least does make sense to question. You're telling me Jesus didn't invite me to the Lord's evening meal, but you want me to come anyway. It doesn't make any sense. The only thing that makes sense is Jehovah's Witnesses use the Lord's evening meal, or what they would call the memorial, to recruit people. This is a recruitment tactic. They're trying to get members to join. Or members who have figured out that Jehovah's Witness teachings don't make much sense, so they want to go somewhere else, a different church where the teachings do make more sense. This is a tactic to try and get them to come back to Jehovah's Witnesses. This is just a tactic to get a lot of people, get as many people as possible inside that Kingdom Hall. And once inside, they're going to try to recruit you. They're going to try to get you to rejoin or join membership. It's the only logical line of reasoning that I can think of as to why Jehovah's Witnesses make it such a big deal for everybody to come to an event that, according to them, according to Jehovah's Witnesses, Jesus didn't invite you to. When all those scriptures where Jesus is talking about the bread and the wine, the symbolism, what it means. Catholics believe it's more than symbolism. What I'm saying is all those scriptures in reference to that, according to Jehovah's Witnesses, Jesus was only talking to a select small group of 144,000 people who only they know who they are. He wasn't talking to everybody. The only reason for a whole bunch of people to come to an event that they ain't invited to is for Jehovah's Witnesses to try and recruit them. This is 100% of the whole purpose in a Jehovah's Witness existence is to recruit members to join Watchtower. That's what Christianity is, for the most part, to a Jehovah's Witness, is, most importantly, recruiting people to join Watchtower. So the memorial is a recruitment tactic. According to Jehovah's Witnesses, only 144,000 people are invited. They're the only ones that should be there. Why are you going to a meal if Jesus didn't invite you to the meal? It's his memorial. It's his commemoration. He established it. If he did not invite you, why? It would be rude for you to go to a dinner or a luncheon or an event you weren't invited to. That would be rude. So why would we attend the memorial? It doesn't even make logical sense. So comment down below. Let me know what you think. I know you have probably friends or relatives that are calling you, possibly texting you, maybe sending you a letter or what have you. Attend the memorial. Why? Why? You, as Jehovah's Witness, you stated Jesus wasn't talking to me when he's talking about the bread and wine. He wasn't talking to me when he's talking about the memorial or the Lord's evening meal. He wasn't talking to me. He's only talking to 144,000. If I'm not 144 of the 144,000, I wasn't invited. You're giving me an invitation to something I wasn't invited to. It makes no sense at all. But Jehovah's Witnesses are able to somehow exist in this realm where teachings and the things that they do make no sense at all, and they're fine with that. I mean, even the Mormons, you can go to a Mormon church. They will pass, their teachings are different. They've got bread and water. They're not going to pass you wine. They're going to give you water. So they're going to pass the bread and water, and anybody can partake of the bread and water. Like, even the Mormons don't even look at it the way the Jehovah's Witnesses look at things makes the least sense of any group of people, any established Christian group of people who exist. They look at things in the most nonsensical way possible. Everybody else looked at the same scripture. But somehow Jehovah's Witnesses come away after looking at that scripture with the concept, Jesus ain't talking to us when he establishes the Lord's evening meal. This is a select small group of people he's inviting to this event. In their minds, okay, that means we should invite everybody. It makes no sense at all. 937-789-4029. We'll discuss it. And as usual, I mean, I've got to work. So I get busy. I have to work during the week. I'm busy moving right now. As far as you know how time consuming that is. But I want to talk to a Jehovah's Witness who's passing out invitations to something they are taught. The person you're giving this invitation to isn't invited. So if Jesus did not invite them, who gave you the authority to invite people Christ did not invite to the Lord's evening meal? Now, to clarify, I do not believe the way that Jehovah's Witnesses look at it is correct. When Jesus said, take, eat, all of you, I think he meant everybody that was there. Everyone that's here, take the bread, drink the wine. Everybody in this room, everybody that's here, do it. So everyone that is in that church, in that Kingdom Hall, in that Mormon facility, whatever religious facility, everyone that's there, all of you take, eat, all of you should be doing it. So everyone, all of you means everyone, everybody there. I don't think he was counting out 144,000 people. So my view of it is that most other Christians have it correct. Jehovah's Witnesses have it wrong. And then what happens when you have something wrong, oftentimes in the end, it's going to blatantly, obviously not make any sense. And in this case, I cannot state this any more than I already have. I've repeated it over and over again because it just blows my mind that Jehovah's Witnesses literally teach that somebody in that organization sat and thought about this. Jesus did not invite but 144,000 select people, very small group of people. Now, this started thousands of years ago, so it's even smaller number. The 144,000 started 2,000 years ago being collected, so it's a very small number of people today. And so hardly anybody is invited to the Lord's evening meal. This is Jehovah's Witnesses thinking. So let's start handing out invitations to everyone to come to something Jehovah's Witnesses don't even think that they're invited to. You are invited to a meal to come watch other people eat it. You can't make this up. You cannot make this up. It makes no sense. Jehovah's Witness teaching, these are the same people who read the Bible and from reading the Bible thought the end of the world, the literal second coming of Christ, was going to happen in 1975. These are the same people who, after reading the Bible, came away with something as far from the truth as possible. We're in 2022. They thought it was 1975 was the end of the world, right? So we already know Jehovah's Witnesses have a tendency to read the Bible and come away with something wildly inaccurate. They have a pattern of this. So, isn't it highly possible that this group of people, the same group of people that looked at the Bible and came away with the teaching that Jesus was not inviting everyone to the Lord's evening meal, only 144,000 people, isn't it possible that they are wildly wrong on this one also, just like they have been on all these other teachings? So comment down below. Let me know what you think. X Walk Hill Bethelite signing out.